Good afternoon, I'm Sally Spicer with 2NURFM Hunter News. The man who killed 9 puppies at Curry Curry earlier this month has faced Newcastle court under tight security. The public wasn't allowed into the courtroom where Nathan Thompson's sentencing on animal cruelty charges was adjourned to May 4th. However, his 10-year ban on owning animals has been extended to life. Missing Maitland man Herbert Nobby Bartlett has been found alive in Maitland grasslands after a 3-day search. He was found just after 10:30 this morning beside Bonner Street, suffering exposure, and is currently at Maitland Hospital being assessed. Mr. Bartlett went missing from the hospital on Monday, where he was being treated after suffering a stroke which left him unable to speak. Gloucester waterways have been flushed to ensure that drinking water is safe after it was found to have been contaminated with chlorine yesterday. Mid-Coast Water says faulty equipment led to the overload of the chemical, but residents have been told their drinking water is now safe to consume. Mid-Coast Water General Manager Brendan Guinea says the problem has been fully rectified and residents shouldn't be worried.
So we've immediately notified the community and gone into a significant flushing program to address the chlorine at the water treatment plant and then flush the high chlorine from the system by purging the water network.
Liberal Upper House MP Scott McDonald today announced $93,000 in funding for Hunter Surf lifesaving clubs if the Baird Liberal government is re-elected over the weekend. The money will be shared between 13 Hunter Surf lifesaving clubs from Catherine Hill Bay to Hawk's Nest. Port Macquarie Liberal candidate Ken Jordan says the funds will make it easier for clubs to keep swimmers safe.
The radios will allow the surf lifesaving clubs to have better control. They'll be able to better communicate being out on the water, to being on the beach, to being up in their towers, to be able to talk to the ambulance room, but also to be able to have direct access to the emergency services with the radios.
University of Newcastle students have gathered today as a part of a National Day of Action against the federal government's proposed deregulation of university fees. About 100 students and staff rallied and listened to speakers discussing the potential impact of the proposed changes, which would allow universities to set their own fees and expand government funding to private providers. There are fears the changes would result in some degrees costing upwards of $100,000. Now with sport, Alicia Garrett.
The Knights have taken on an intense training session yesterday in preparation for Saturday's clash against the Panthers. The session, however, only added to the club's growing injury toll, with James McManus and Sione Matautia drawing blood in a head collision. Coach Rick Stone says Penrith showed a lot of skills last season that stood them apart from the rest.
We're just worried about ourselves and how we can improve, take each opponent as they come. Obviously, I think they're a pretty quality team. Showed Monday night. I think the game was of high quality and they showed they've improved a little bit from last year. They slipped under the radar a little bit themselves, Penrith, last year, I think.
A community round at Hunter Stadium will give Jets fans the opportunity to kick a ball on the team's hallowed ground. The Newcastle Old Boys will also make a return to lead the team into a game against Adelaide, including father of current fullback Nick Cowburn. Brett Cowburn was a foundation member of KB United and coached the Breakers youth team. And martial arts director Bill Johnson from Maitland is to be recognised in the Philippines Martial Arts Hall of Fame. Johnson has his 5th dan in ninjutsu and 6th dan in jiu-jitsu and has been a personal trainer for over 2 decades. That's sport. I'm Alicia Garrett.
2NURFM News Time is 12:10.